to the presentations. So this is my second video lecture on the theme of statistical graphics. So today actually we will see some less popular yet useful graphs and diagrams which is used not so commonly but can be very useful for representing business related data. So basically, both all these diagrams that we'll be studying today can be drawn in Microsoft Excel, but from 2016 onwards, any version of Microsoft Excel, you will find these type of graphs can be drawn, uh, which has come up as an icon. But prior to that, not directly, but with some amount of manipulation, you can draw the same graphs in Microsoft Excel also, but you require to manipulate that. But then from 2016 onwards, all the Excel versions are providing these as icons, so you can find that under insert menu. So let us look at these graphs which we are going to learn about today, and then we will see the Excel representation of the same. So first of all, in this presentation, we will be learning about open, close, high, low chart. Its name is like this. This is basically from the name as it indicate. It is actually related to share market. You can find the opening price. You can find not find. You can just, represent the opening price, the closing price, the highest price, and the lowest price of a stock. And you can do it for several days. So one particular stock, high, low, open, close for several days, so that you can see how the stock is moving, and also certain things like that. It is also called as candlestick, or more specifically Japanese candlestick in share market. But here we actually, the technical name is open, high, low, close chart. Okay. Next, we learn about a profit and loss chart. Here we will see profit and loss. Suppose you are having a business store and you are recording the profit and loss at several days. So some days you'll see profit, some days you'll be seeing loss, and how you can represent them in a graph that we will see is a profit and loss chart. The next one that we will see is more concerned about the uh, data set which has certain divisions, and then we have some subdivisions under this, and then we have some values. Say you are, as a business organization, you have opened a chain of shops or chain of stores throughout the country. Some stores are in the northeast India, some stores are in the northern part of India, some stores are in the south, etc., and so on. And you want to see that what is the sale in a particular day, or what is the profit earned in a month by the stores throughout the country, and you want to represent and segregate them as the stores that are established in the northeast, stores that are established in the east, stores that are established in the south, and so on and so forth. So for that, these type of graphs come. It's very handy. Sunburst chart. It looks like a rays coming out of the sun and has the name. For similar type of data, you can have another type of chart which is called as Treemap. It is not so much of a diagram or a graph, rather it may tell it's a tabular representation where you see some regional divisions, and then some subdivisions, and then some values all get represented or tabulated in a what is called as a tree map. So it is not exactly a graph, but rather we can display the data, we can display the categories and the subcategories. And lastly, we will see about the radar chart. Means sometimes you might have several variables representing a uh, particular entity. For example, a particular, say, organization has several, may have several parameters, like its total investment, profit earned, and then some ratios, some rates of that organization. And then there are several such organizations, and you want to compare them across the different parameters. So what the best you can do, you can do this in a bar chart, but in that case, for each of the parameter, you need to have a bar chart. Say 5 organizations I have, I want to compare on them, compare them on 4 parameters. So each of the 5 will be represented in 4 separate graphs if you want to have a, say, bar chart or bar plot like that. But in that case, it will require a lot of space, and also things may be difficult to compare across the different variables. But here, this is a actually a multi-axis chart, and we have a multivariate chart. So Here, this is called as a radar chart. And in the radar chart, we can have, for example, in this diagram, you can see two organizations, one represented by red, another represented by blue. And then there are as many as how many? One, two, three, four, five, six parameters. So the grid is like an hexagon because it has six parameters. And then we can see the position of the organizations along the six parameters. To looking at the lines and see how much similar they are in terms of the figure they have created. So the blue organization is quite different from the red organization because the figures they have created are quite different from each other. So these are different types of charts that we are going to see. And well, friends, let us now come over to Microsoft Excel and see how we can draw these graphs one by one. So here I have taken data across some dates. It starts with 4th of August, ends with 22nd of August. So this is the time just prior to imposition of tariffs by Donald Trump over Indian exports. So we have, say, this is any company, say, any particular stock. This is the open, high, low, and close. So we want to draw the high-low diagram, high-low open close diagram, which is popularly also called as Japanese candlestick in stock market, but the technical name is open, high, low, close. Okay. Now we want to draw this diagram so that we can have a visual of how things are moving. If you look at the dates, you will find that 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 is not available. That was Saturday and Sunday. 11, 12, 13, 14. 15th was Independence Day, so market was closed. Then we have 16, 17 once again Saturday and Sunday. So you have some gaps in dates. Okay. Now what we do is that first we select this data set. Then we go to insert, and then you will find that here there is a under this basically you will find this diagram where we will find all the diagrams related to stock or business. So you have this diagram. So as soon as we draw, we have this particular diagram. Here you can see the dates are there. Here we have the y-axis where they are showing the prices of the stocks, and these are the boxes. So basically, you might remove this. Let us give a little bit more space to the diagrams. Let me enlarge this. So this will give me a better view. So, okay. Now you see, you know that this diagram, basically the color is all gray. So let us make it black here. Black. Grid lines. Okay, keep it grid lines. Okay, now these also shows you like, is it really meaningful? No, I don't think so. It's like meaningful to have a legend here because this legend does not give any explanation to the data set. Let us make some space. Now you see what happens. Here it starts from 0, 5, 10, 15. But none of the low prices are below 15. I think the lowest is around 20. One of them must be 20 or 21. We look at the low side. Yeah, 120 is there. Okay, so we can have instead of starting from 0, we can start from 15 because this gives a lot of empty space. So what I do, I click on this and then I right click and then there is an option format axis. Format axis gives me the minimum and maximum value. Maximum is okay, 50, it's okay, though none of them are reaching 50, but then you can make it 45 also. So upper limit you make 45 and the lower limit you make it 15, 1 5. So I make it 15 and then just press tab. So okay, now it looks good. Okay, now let us add an axis also. So what I do is that I come here and then there is a line option. Line is showing that it's gray. Make it dark, say blue or black, and then 0.75 increase it to 1.5. So you see, you get a very nice y-axis. And then if you want an x-axis also, you can have it. Go to same process, you go to axis, you have changed the color to black, and then, okay, make it one, not so important. So we have this. Now what happens, you see, some of them you can see are uh, black in color, completely filled with black. Some of them are white in color. Actually, black are those in which there was the opening. For example, you see this. What is the special about this date? Let us see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth day, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is what is special. Why it is black in color? As you can see, the this one opening was 31 and closing was at 29. That means the closing that day was less than the opening. So it is black in color. Generally, we prefer to use red and green. In you have seen the Japanese candlesticks are red and green. Red means where the closing is less than the opening. So let us change the color. So let us click here. Then let us go to fill and make it red. So it goes on red. And this one, let us click here, make it green. So, well, this green. And now you see it looks better. So you have this. If you want to put the data levels, well, I may close this now. Click on this add, and then you have data levels here. So data level makes the graph quite clumsy looking. So it gives some explanation, but even if you don't like, you take it away. You may add access title because this is an important access title here. Obviously dates, so you just double click it and then edit it to write date. And this side you can edit it to make uh, price in rupees of the stock. So now this is how. So now suppose this is graph is okay. Next suppose, so I think is it a week 14, 15, 16, 17 were holiday, 18 Monday, 19, yeah. That 22, 23 and 24 probably it was Saturday and Sunday. Suppose I have 25. Okay, 25 08 2025 is the next date. And then values let us randomly type in some values, say 30. High was say 42, low was say 24, and closing say happened at 27. Okay. So this is where opening was high, closing was less. But you see no additional changes has taken place. It is still showing this till 28, sorry, 22/8, 2025. I want the additional one. So what I do is that I click on the graph. As soon as I click on the graph, there is a box which shows how much of the data is utilized to draw this graph. Just we put our cursor here and just edit in. So you get another new bar. And you see color, you don't have to recolor it. It is automatically understood that now such cases will be red colored where opening is more than closing. And if the reverse happen, is opening is less than closing, then it will take a green color. So this way we can add the data and we just can continue keeping the record of our stock. And also you can use it for the business purpose. Okay. Now let us move on to the next chart. The name of the next chart is an waterfall chart. Many a times in business, we need to take an account of the profit and loss. The profit and loss we may actually measure in terms of months, measure in terms of year, or maybe in some weeks and or in days. Whatever be the situation, we have the dates or the months or the years along one of the uh, under one of the variable. So these are the different months of a particular year, and then it extend also. We have more than 1 year. You see, it starts with January, ends with December. Then additional 4 months also we have. And these are the profit and loss. And we see that some of the values are negative because these indicates losses. And positive values indicate profits. So some profits are there, but many losses are also there. So what I do, I for this diagram, I select this, and then I go to insert, and then I come here. This is represented by a chart called as waterfall chart. So as soon as you draw this chart, we get the waterfall chart. All negative values are represented here by black. So, sorry, orange rectangle. If you want to change this, you select this. You have to select this, I think, one by one. Okay, then you come to home, then make it red. Okay, one by one. So, all negative values one by one, you just keep on coloring to change the color. It might be sometimes cumbersome if you have a huge data to get colored all of them, but it is like this only. It does not provide you the option like the previous chart where you had clicked one type of boxes and then colored all of them got the same color. Anyways, here you have to just hunt for the negative values and get it red color. All done, then you click here, you see, and now similar process you can follow and color them blue. Now you see there are data levels also, they are showing you the data levels. Here it is good. You see the central line is at 0. That means this is the point where there is no profit, no loss. Above this is the profit, below this is the loss. So this is the how the things are going on. These are the different months. So accordingly, it starts from the previous point, this profit. Sometimes you find that rather it is little bit different, but waterfall chart is actually like this, so it's negative. You see, you have come down to this much, then additionally you had another negative phase, so that's why it does not start from the zero line. Rather it continues from the previous point. Now this was your previous point, that is you had come down with a loss of minus 4050 plus minus of 8812. So these two gives you the total loss value. Here you stand. From there you are getting some profit, so 2857. You are yet to reach zero because that is not your position. So this is actually your profit and loss get a cumulative total. For example, here you got a big profit, but even you are below zero because your negative values are more than your positive values. So you are still below zero. Now this is the first time that this is the first time when it makes a huge profit. Previously 6610 covers lot of negative values, but yet to reach zero. But with the help of this one, this month, that is January, making a profit of 7372. Now the person is at profit, or he this. But then once again you see that gets an additional jump of 5651. What is the total profit now? It's little bit more than this 5000. So this is the amount of profit coming up, 5651. But then again some negative values, it drops down. So it comes very close to zero. Actually, it has crossed zero by now, and then another negative one. So these are showing these value levels are showing this. But if you want to see what is the cumulative profit or the cumulative loss, you have to read those corresponding to these values. So that will give you an idea about cumulative profit or cumulative loss. Now this is, you see, little less than zero. This is your zero line. It is red. That means at the end of April of this particular year, and the end of April, you are still seeing the loss. You are still yet to get in the profit side. Once you went in February, but then two back-to-back losses and you are down. So this is why the profit and loss is a little bit different from, otherwise you may call it a hanging histogram or a hanging bar diagram. A positive one is going above zero, negative values are coming below zero, but this is like a cumulative starting point. It gets a cumulative starting point depending on the previous position till the previous month. It might be a profit or it might be a loss. It starts from that point where the previous one ends. For example, this one here you see, this is the profit. You get this one, you get negative, you come here. So next one starts profit, it starts from here. If it is negative loss once again, then this will start from this point and go down. So this is how this graph is drawn. So this is popularly called as the waterfall chart. You see there is one issue happening here, that your legend is not changing. You have changed the color, but legend is not changing. So this is some area where I think Microsoft Excel needs to work upon, because I have changed the color, but legend is going with the default color. It is not changing. Okay. Uh, Let us next move to tree and sunburst plot. Now let us look at this. Here we have percentage of mothers getting medical care before childbirth. So this is the data set, and we have all the states of India. You can see in column number 2 all the states of India, and in the first column we have regions. So Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh is from central India. Then we have Orissa, Bihar and West Bengal from eastern India. From northern India we have Delhi, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh. Like that we have all the different states classified by the region. So region come first, and the state, and then the percentage of mothers getting medical care before childbirth. Now, if you are doing this, you have to arrange the data in this fashion. That means not in a haphazard way, not in alphabetical way. Like you can get alphabetical way, but for the corresponding to region. Rather, region is in alphabetical way. First central starts with C, then then with E, then with N, like that. That means the first series should be like this, and then we have the states, and then we have sometimes under a particular category. This is category. Let us call this as category. This is subcategory, and this is the data set. Now this category, subcategory may get repeated. Like first we have categories, under categories, some subcategories. Same subcategories gets repeated in the next category, and the subcategory once again gets repeated in the next category in this way. Like suppose you want to show how much carbohydrate, fats, vitamins are consumed during breakfast. So breakfast three times. Then we have like carbohydrates, fats, vitamins. Then lunch three times. Then carbohydrate, fats, vitamins. Then dinner three times carbohydrates, fats, vitamins, like that. So here how we can use it in business data. Suppose you are having different stores at different parts of the country, and you want to see what is the percentage of sale or what is the percentage of profit in terms of the expenditure done. So those things you can see in this way. So even not necessarily percentage, actual value of the profits classified by different stores and then classified by different regions. So subcategories may be same, may not be same. As you can see here, the subcategories are not same; they are all different. But in certain cases, it may be same also. Anyways, coming back to this. So first we select the data, then we go on to insert. And inside there is one block like this, which is called as insert hierarchy chart. So we click here and then we get the tree diagram here. So we get the tree diagram. So you see these things comes up like this. Let us make it a little bigger in size. Well, a chart title we may remove. So we have a bigger size. After doing this, so you see now it is little bit more visible. Now you see there are some chart styles. So we may check out the style, how it looks. This is the default style. Well, this is another style. This is another style, which is little. Now, this is a better style, I believe, because you see why I go with this style. This is little louder style. Okay. Anyways, why I go with this style. This one, I think. Yeah. Okay. Why I go with this style? Because the first category, that is north, comes here, and then all the states under north. Northeast comes here and all the states under northeast. So what we can do here is that first thing is that we may change the color like this one. Let me click here and go to home and take it all of this as yellow. Well, so all northeast states gets yellow color. We want to delete the gray color corresponding to the region. So what we do, we have the same color as that of the other states in this region. So we have this blue. So they become blue. Here west, okay, it's like green. So I go to west and then I pick up a green color. So well, this is the central India. We come, we have another royal blue type of color. So well, I take this royal blue color. Okay, and then we have this one. Okay, it is orange in color, so well I select it and then I put this as orange color. So this looks like this. So now you see this one, let us these regions, let us make it little bit more loud and specific in the chart. So I select this and then I select this. Yes, now north gets selected. Make it black. Increase the font size little bit, or a different style. Say we get this north. Okay. Now it is, see, this is very visible. Make it and make it black. Northeast. Now you see this is more loud and clear. No need to change the font size. If you want, you can change. But then give it the similar type of font style. Okay. So make it black also. Now this one, if you make it black, it will not be visible because the background is quite dark. So make it white and then make the font to violet. Okay. So you see, and last one, this one you can make black because this is lighter in color. So and then change this. Uh, so this one you see, the regions are very much specific. Now you might want to see the values also. Now here you see some states name is broken in two lines. For that you can delete this chart title, make it little bit bigger, and then even then if it does not work, then make it bigger in size. Okay, a little bit more. Okay, to certain extent it is okay now. Now if you want the data levels, you just click here and the data levels is already there. Well, then what I do is that I click here, then I right click and format data labels. I go to format data labels and then there I click on value. So as soon as I click on value, you see the value comes up here. Okay, value comes up here. If you feel that we need to change the text color, let us do it black and see what happens. It is now more visible, except this. So this one I can click one, two. Okay, one, make it white, make it white. Madhya Pradesh, make it white, and Jharkhand, make it white again. So you see these values are there. Now you might not read very much into the area. Actually, the percentages are also close that way. But even with less percentage, let us find a place with less percentage. You cannot make out whether the area, because you see the difference in Assam and Arunachal Pradesh is quite high, 65 and 56. But if you look at the area, it is difficult to tell which one is having more area. Arunachal Pradesh having little less area. Actually, the value should be proportional to the area it creates. But the values are one-dimensional numbers. Area is a two-dimensional thing. So sometimes it might be difficult for you to read from the graph that what is the exact area, or which one is having more percentage if the data values are not there. So that's why you need to introduce the data values. So this is how, and you have a legend also which is showing you the different regions. Here, as you can see, as I change the color of the roots inside, these are called as roots, entire tree map. So as I change the color of the roots, the legend also actually changes the color. So that way it is quite responsive. The legend is quite responsive to the changes that we make. So this is how tree diagram works. Okay. Now let us see that how we can go with the sunburst plot. So let us delete this. So same data set, similar type of data. Actually, you have classifications. You can have more classifications also. So category, subcategory, subcategory. Say from region to state, state to district, district to data. Like this also you can have. So, but that will make the graph little bit clumsier in the sense that a lot of text are to be written in between. But then if you have a big screen to display, like if you are going to project something, then you can do it easily, because even a smaller graph will be projected in a bigger screen, so it will look big. Okay, anyway, so let us look at the sunburst plot. Once again we go to insert, and then the same part we go get, and there is a sunburst plot. So initially there is, I clicked, I did not get anything because I did not select the data. So let me delete this first. Let me select the data, full data. Okay, and then we go to this part, and then I go to this. Now you see this data gets created. Now you see in the data, okay, all the regions name is there: west, central, east, north, northeast, south. But you see all the state names are not there. This is because space is not sufficient to write the name of the state, and so Excel prefers not to write the name of the state. So what I can do is that I can increase the file size of the graph. So far I get the values of all the states. So now you see all the states are written, all the regions are also written. So accordingly, the area covered by different states is proportional to these values. But then, as I told, that area is a two-dimensional figure. Data values are one dimension. So always it might not be easier to read from the data, read from the graph what is the corresponding value. So what we can do, can we have value levels right now? Okay, format data levels, value separated by comma. Okay, okay. Let me see how it looks like. Yeah, the values have come. Uh, some one state has gone away because it's not sufficiently large. Many states are not there now. Okay, I have increased the size, but then only few states have appeared. Further increase, keep on increasing. Okay, now I think all the values can be read out. You can change the size of the text. You can change the color of the text, etc., so that good contrast is created and all the values are written. So you cannot actually, if you decrease this circle, then you can get a little lesser space diagram. Now this is quite big. You take into a 4 size page, it will actually occupy most of the, even go beyond the margins. So anyway, so this is how you can display a sunburst plot. Next, let us go to radar chart. Now here you see there are some companies. These are all uh, automobile companies: Ola Electric, TVS Motor, Hero Motocorp, Picture Motors, Urja Global. Okay, and these are different. They are all different variables. This is price per unit. This must be the share price. This is the 50-week 52-week lowest price last 1 year. This is last 1 year highest price. Okay. This is the volume of trade. This is the price to earning ratio. So this is the PB ratio, and all this data is as on 30th August 2025. That is the date in which I am making the video. That is today. So this is the data set. Now I want to represent the companies on the entire set of variables. They are all different variables. You see, they actually represent different things. First three are actually price per unit, but then volume is the amount of trade, amount of shares that are sold or purchased. And then like PE ratio, it's a ratio, PB ratio is another type of ratio. So they have different units of measurement. So now what do? I do this, and then I go to rudder chart. I go to insert. Uh, then I can't see rudder chart here. Okay, I think it will appear here. Yes, under this. So I draw the rudder chart. But you see, all the things have come up. Like Ola is there. This is the legend. Legend tells that all the graphs are there, but only one graph I can see. I cannot see the others. This is happening because your this particular value Ola Electric is too large, and that's why Ola you can see others are too small, and hence they are not visible. They have gone inside the origin. That means this hexagonal shape. So there are six values. So hexagon is created. What are the values? Let me delete the chart title. Any change? Okay, let me delete and make it take a chance. Though I should not do it. Legend. Even then, after doing the legend, there is not much change. Graph has increased in size, but I cannot see below only one of them. This is because of the huge value. So what is this? The thing is that they should be at least not same, but then in a comparative scale. Now this value, if you look at this 54, and this is how many? One, two, three. It's more than 49 crores of business. So this is now what to do, how to proceed with this. One thing is that you have to bring a simpler way to bring it into a comparative scale is to find the maximum value of all of them. So what I do, I write max, and then I write these four values. So these five values. Okay. B2 to B6, I think you are equipped. So I get the maximum value over here. Let me increase the font size a little bit so you can see better. Okay. So this is maximum. Then I click and drag all these to get the maximum values across all of them. Let me make it bold and color it red also so that they are different. Now what I do is that I copy all these things once again and paste it here. Paste it here. So name is there. Okay. Now the variable names also I copy. Now what I do, I write equal to this divided by its maximum value. So what is the maximum value? Either you type in the value 6103 or just click here and give enter. Now what you do, you need to fix it for all others because everything I want to compare with the maximum value. So when you click here in the formula bar, the formula appears B2 by B7. So before B you put a dollar, after B you put a dollar. That will make the maximum value fixed for all the other that I will drag across. So these I drag across, so I get these values. Okay. Next I come here, I do this, I actually create this, and then I take the maximum value. So this one, and then I actually drag it for others also. So for each of them, it will be taken as the maximum value. Now the maximum value I want to make fixed for all others. So I put a dollar before C and dollar after C. Now I can click and drag, but without doing this, if I click and drag, then it will give us all absurd values because soon after zero will come, some text will come, so it will not be able to draw. This exercise I do for the others, and so now you see the maximum value will become 1 and the minimum value will be close to 0. And here I have E7, so I put the dollar. And you see volume that had the maximum value, Ola Electric. Now this is having the P ratio can be negative, so negative values have come up. So I put these dollars and get the ratio. Now, when I click and drag, you find that the values are maximum value is 1 and the minimum value is close to 0, maybe positive or from the positive side or negative side. Now, if we select this data set and then we go to insert, now we come under this waterfall chart, we will find here stocks. And now you see you get this. So this way, if you delete this, make it more visible. So you see this yellow is representing Eicher Motors. Eicher Motors is having taking the first position, that is the highest position in many things like price per unit. Here also you can see 6103, 52-week low. It was in the 52-week low. There also it had a maximum value, maximum among the others. And it had the maximum value in 52-week high also. That means on an average throughout the year, it is always better than others in terms of its share price. Then volume, is it that good? No, in case of volume, it is not that good because if you look at HR Motors, this is representing volume. It is coming close to zero. Rather, it is one of the companies which has having minimum volume of sale. You can see the value also 0.00099. That means not many shares are purchased and sold corresponding to HR Motors because the price is also very high. So those who have already purchased, they are trying to hold it. And then look at the P ratio. It's also not very good. And then look at the PB ratio. PB ratio is also not so much comparable with others. However, Orange TVS Motor is having a very high PB ratio. So this is how these things can be compared on different scales. So this is a way in which we can actually go for. This is actually a type of multivariate graphics because there are multiple variables, multiple observations. These we call as the observations, and these are called as the variables. So we have multiple variables and multiple observations. So and they are represented as one graph. So this is called as the radar chart. It looks like a web of a spider. Now, not exactly graphs which you did not discuss. Suppose many a times we record, many of us invest in share market and then we keep a track of the price changes, etc. Then other than that, also in business, we keep a daily record on many things. Now, if we want to draw a graph of this and want to see how things changes, what at best we'll do? We'll do this, that we'll select this. Okay, we select this data set and then we go here, insert, insert, and then we find that this line diagram would give a good representation. Okay, so we tell that Nifty 50 was going up, then certainly around 21st, 22nd, there was a huge discussion on tariff, and I think on 25th the tariff was introduced. After that, market sentiment went against, and there was a drop in Nifty 50, and it went beyond even 26500 mark, 24,500 mark. So this is what happened. So now, then I have to store it somewhere. Maybe I put it in the some site. And someone might have invested through a mid cap, and one is interested to see the movement of mid cap. Then what you can do, if you want to see all of them in the same graph, you will actually click and drag. That will solve your purpose. But the problem will arise is that because next 50, which one is the yellow? Yellow is between 60,000 to 70,000. Who is between 60,000 to 70,000? Next 50. Next 50 is creating a different picture because its range is different. Are the other things you see 24,000, 23,000, 21,000 like this? But it is around 60,000, more than 60,000. So it is making a separate position, and these things get submerged and actually comes very close to each other. But this is not the situation. This one creating the problem. Okay, let me turn it out. So okay, do this, then it will go off. But then these things you see. Now what happens? This makes the things very clumsy, and then you have to click and drag, put it in the side, look at the data sometimes. Is there any other simpler way for doing this? Yes, definitely there is. You see, sometimes what happens in some graph, axis is not very important. So we insert one these things. Axis is not very important. It is the curve itself which is important, which will show you whether it is going up, going down. That is what matters most. Now what I do is that I select this, then I go to insert. Uh, in insert there is this spark lines. It is called a spark lines. So this is not a spark line, is nothing but a line diagram. So suppose I want to see a line diagram of this. So what I do is that I click here, and then he is asking for the data range. Location, it is telling B2 to B5. Yes, in B2 to B5, I have already selected, so that has appeared here. It is asking me for the data range. So what I do is the data range, I select this, these values, not the dates, only this. And then I click on OK. And as soon as I do this, you see the curve appears. So these curves you can differently color also, like you can select them here. You will get some option here. You can get the sparkline color. So you can change the color. You want this maroon color. Well, you can get the maroon color. So from there, you can see that, sorry, we can see that mid cap and next 50, they are almost similar type. Nasdaq is was up, came down and then flattened together. Nifty 50 was in the rise, then suddenly it started to fall. And these were almost similar type. Then at the end, Nifty 50, mid cap 150 and next 150 is having a fall. However, Nasdaq has made its position stable. So this is how. Now if you want to see that, no, this is not the one, I want to see it through a bar diagram. Okay, then you can do this. Go to insert again, go to column, and then it is showing you the data range. Data range is once again the same data range. You go ahead and then you click on OK. You see it will show you through a column diagram how it is happening. It's a column diagram. Or you may tell the bar diagram based on the values. No x-axis, no y-axis, just the graph to make you understand the trend. I've been very less space. That is what I wanted. I did not want the axis and all other accessories, but just looking at the graph very easily, I can do this. Sometimes, say these are some stores you are having in different parts of the town, and on different dates you have their profit and loss values. Now I want some profit and loss diagram for that. This I could not do this because here there is not profit and loss, rather prices of commodities. So what I do is that I just select this, then I go to insert, I go to spike lines, and there is the one option win and loss. You click on win and loss, it is telling you the data set. So this is my data set. And then I click on OK, you see I get the profit and loss. So you see here, if it's a profit, then it will go up. If it's a loss, then it will go down. And then losses are actually colored in red, and this is colored in blue. So yeah, so can I have change in color like sparkline? Yeah, they have given some default color, sparkline color. What if I do it blue? Okay, and then in that case the profits are becoming blue. Can't I change it for red? Marker color, sparkline. Okay, red. No, everything is becoming red. So I can change only the one going up. So okay, I have this blue. Okay. So this is how this can be done, and then they are not so much actually to be carried forward, but but rather in the Excel sheet they looks better. So this is, that's why we are not calling it as a separate graph, but these are only some way in which I can get first point, low point, high point. Okay, this is how you can get different colors. So maybe that high point I color high point as a violet. In that case, okay, the highest point. This is the highest point of the day. It has been violet color. This is the highest point of the day, violet color. This one here, this one is the highest. So there are some like options there. So mark color, lowest point, low point. Say I give it a yellow. So low points are getting colored yellow. Does not look nice because this is already. I think it will look little better if you color this particular cell as white. Okay. Or black. Let us look at black heart of us. Okay. So these are some things which you can see, you can visualize, and in the Excel sheet itself that makes your journey of investing in share market or your whatever profit and loss in business you want to retain much beautiful. So that much for today. I hope you have enjoyed the video because we had discussed today about some graphs. Even I was not very much in use with these graphs, but for you I tried to make a different presentation so that can be useful for you. Thank you for watching this video. Hope to meet you once again soon.